It was the story that sent shockwaves through the royal corridors and set tabloids on fire. What really happened between Kate Middleton and Meghan Markle in the days leading up to Meghan's wedding to Prince Harry? For years, the narrative was twisted, edited, and re-edited to paint a picture of a perfect duchess versus a misunderstood newcomer. But now, at 43, Kate Middleton has finally set the record straight, and her confession is as surprising as it is revealing. The truth? Meghan didn't cry. Kate did. And the biggest betrayal wasn't the tears, it was the lie that followed. Imagine holding on to a grudge not because of what happened, but because of how the world was made to believe it happened. That's the knife Kate admits cut the deepest. And like all family dramas, this one wasn't just about dresses, flowers, or flower girls. It was about respect, trust, and truth. But before we continue, please subscribe, like, and turn on the notification bell for more updates. The day the dresses sparked a royal rift. Every wedding has its meltdown moment. Whether it's a missing bridesmaid shoe, a late makeup artist, or an uncle who's had too much champagne before the reception. For Meghan and Harry's big day, that moment centered on the flower girl dresses. Reports long claimed that Kate had made Meghan cry over the fitting. Meghan herself repeated that version in her sit-down interview, insisting Kate was cold, unkind, and reduced her to tears. But Kate's confession turns the story on its head. She admits Meghan's sharp words during the fitting cut her deeply, and it was she, Kate, the usually composed and graceful duchess, who ended up crying. She felt humiliated, cornered, and even more hurt when Meghan later painted the world a different picture. Have you ever had a moment where someone flipped the story on you, making you the villain in a chapter where you were the victim? That's the sting Kate says she never fully got over. Why the lie hurt more than the tears. In Kate's world, appearances are everything. She spent over a decade perfecting the role of future queen, presenting herself as poised, diplomatic, and unshakable. Crying over flower girl dresses? It happens. But being painted as the cold aggressor while the other side plays the victim? That's reputation shattering. Kate admits the worst part wasn't the tears, it was the narrative Meghan allowed to take root. The interviews, the headlines, the endless discussions that placed Meghan as the sympathetic newcomer and Kate as the icy villainess. For a woman who values dignity above drama, the lie was unforgivable. Think about it. Isn't it always easier to forgive the wound than the smear? A scratch heals, but being misrepresented, especially in the public eye, lingers forever. The private pain of a public life. Most of us can vent to friends or post cryptic Instagram stories when we feel wronged. Kate couldn't. Every word, every facial expression, every subtle gesture she made was dissected on social media and in magazines worldwide. She had to swallow the pain, smile through the scrutiny, and continue waving to the crowds. Behind closed doors, however, she admits the resentment simmered. She felt betrayed not just as a sister-in-law but as a woman who had trusted Meghan to respect the unspoken bond of family unity. If they couldn't rely on each other to tell the truth, what did they have left? And haven't we all been there? Smiling on the outside while inside we're screaming about the injustice of being misjudged, misunderstood, or flat-out lied about. Kate's story isn't just about royal gowns. It's about the universal frustration of being cast in the wrong role in someone else's play. Could forgiveness ever be possible? Now, years later, Kate admits she never truly forgave Meghan. The wound was too public, too raw, and too personal. Every time the story resurfaced, every time another headline rehashed the crying incident, the bitterness returned. But here's the kicker. Kate's confession doesn't come with malice. Instead, it comes with honesty. She acknowledges the complexity of their relationship and the impossibility of rewriting the past. Sometimes, forgiveness isn't about the other person. It's about finding peace within yourself. So, is Kate's admission a step toward closure? Or just a reminder that some scars remain visible no matter how much time passes? That's the part she leaves us all pondering. Lessons we can all take from the royal fallout. At its heart, this story isn't just palace gossip. It's a mirror held up to our own lives. Haven't we all dealt with that one friend, colleague, or relative who twisted the story in their favor? The lesson here isn't royal. It's human. 1. Protect your truth. When someone misrepresents you, silence can be noble, but it can also be suffocating. 2. Forgive wisely. Forgiveness is freeing, but it doesn't mean forgetting. Protecting yourself matters too. 3. Family drama is universal. If even future queens can get caught in messy sister-in-law spats, maybe we should cut ourselves some slack when Thanksgiving dinner goes sideways.